I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
Bum, bum, ba 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 ba. Helicopter plane, shut up. Ba, ba, ba. I can afford the rights to use this song, so I'll make up my own words. I really don't like birds, especially geese. What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in the Valley, in California, San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys area, whatever. The Valley. Now, what's the biggest movie of all time? Avatar. Bluefish people. Titanic. You go in to see it, you know the ending. Even like I'm talking about if it's the first thing you see. You know how it ends. Doesn't end well. They're fine movies, but the biggest movie of all time, in my opinion, has to be Star Wars. 9 movies, count them, 9. And the first one, filmed in 1976, released in 1977, has a lot of filming locations. Tunisia, Death Valley, a lot of really cool, and I've been to a few of them in Death Valley. A few of them in Death Valley. Really cool. I'll put a link below. The shark's name was Prowler. So, I've been to a few of them before. But there's one right here, in the middle of the valley, like Los Angeles. On this street. Huge. Probably the biggest filming location for Star Wars is right here. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what? Like inside a building? Yes. Outside of a building? Yes. Right here to my right, they filmed Star Wars in this building and in the parking lot. Yeah. It's crazy.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
So I'm going to show you some pictures, line them up. But this is a Valjean Avenue. In Canada, we'd probably say Valjean Avenue in Van Nuys. And this was the first office of ILM, Industrial Light and Magic. George Lucas's company. Right here to my right. Now, of course, everybody thinks Northern California. That's where it's Skywalker Ranch. That's where eventually they did move up near San Rafael. But they started working out of this little warehouse right here.
Armed with a paltry $3.5 million budget, Lucas went into production and his effects team pitched their tent in an old warehouse in Van Nuys, California.
We were all relatively young then and full of vim and vigor and ready to try anything. And George also was great at just inspiring us to try all these different things.
You see that blue... Oh, boy. You see that blue dumpster? Oh, it's protected by surveillance. Well, la-di-da. You see that blue dumpster? That... Come on. Right there. This building was the original ILM. And they shot so many things in this parking lot, which is just incredible. It's been described as part laboratory, part film studio, part frat house. And it was an oven in there because there was no air conditioning when they were filming it. So they did a lot of things out here in the parking lot.
This was a big movie for Fox. We were doing commercials. We all dreamed about doing a feature, and this was like the dream come true. So Star Wars came along just the perfect time for us.
We moved into a big empty warehouse in Van Nuys, right near the Van Nuys airport, and basically started from scratch. I mean, it was empty. In the early days, you used to park your car inside. There was no cam equipment, no rooms.
So for 2 years. And when they came into this building, all it had was a card table with a telephone. That's what they started with. A fold-out card table and a telephone. So then, They had a model shop, a machine shop, electronic shop, animation department, editing room, the shooting stage with a 40-foot long track for a camera, and a screening room that may have had a piano. We're not sure. Now I'm trying to remember what I read, but it may have had a piano where they composed a score, helped to compose a score. And there was a crew of about 100 people, and they were all in their late teens to their late 20s. So it was a young group. They were young, and a lot of them went on to big, huge careers. They started out right here in this parking lot. So they were doing a lot of crazy special effects, and they had to come out here and do them in the parking lot because they needed more room. I'll show you those shots right now. You know what? I can do this for a minute. Give you a better shot. So you can see that building to the right behind the telephone pole, and a lot of the old shots, that garage door, and those. There's a cool video online of when they were filming, I think it was Battlestar Galactica. They did all the effects for Battlestar Galactica. Bear beats Battlestar Galactica, by the way. They did those here, so it's a cool little video. I'll get some stills from it where you can see them in this parking lot filming all the effects. But that's an actual video. But I'm here about Star Wars. I'm gonna walk over here, tell you a little bit more about this place. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see right inside there.
So I was sort of forced to start my own company in order to make the movie. And that's really how ILM got started in the first place. And I knew that I wanted something that was going to sort of, I had to push the limits of the technology of the film medium in order to make this movie work. Because I couldn't have just spaceships slowly moving through the frame. I wanted to be able to pan with them, move with them. To get that vocabulary added to my lexicon, I needed to invent some new technology, which is what we did at ILM. We were able to create motion control cameras that locked the foregrounds and the backgrounds together so I could have much more freedom of movement. In that case, I was able to then have shorter shots and have a much more kinetic visual style to the film. And since I was making 3 of these, I kept ILM going through all 3 films, and eventually we took on outside projects to pay for the people that worked there in between the times I was making my movies, and it turned eventually into a big company.
In this building, though, was the birthplace of the Millennium Falcon, the X-Wing, and the Death Star. In this building. Isn't that crazy? Come on. And I think in this picture where you can see those same windows in the background, this is when Luke was trying to destroy the Death Star. There in this shot, right here. But not a lot of people know about this. I mean, most of Star Wars was filmed in this building. That's it. How insane. Right across the street, now the airport's right over here, the Van Nuys Airport. Oh look, one son. Where's the other one? And that's usually where, if I come out to the valley, I'll stay near the Van Nuys Airport, a little hotel called the Airtel. There's a plug for them, but they're closed right now. But yeah, right here. This is Star Wars. They just closed the garage door on me. Boom.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
So that's that. I think that's really cool. I mean, I'm a film location nerd, so of course I think it's really cool. But I hope you find that cool too, that Star Wars, one of the biggest movie of all time, was shot right here. Just in a nondescript little building in Van Nuys. That's really, oh yeah, airport. That makes sense. Land speeder. That was a TIE fighter, by the way. Give it a sound. All right, from the birthplace of Star Wars, I'm gonna say, up and away, rhyme scheme. Remember that? They said that in the movie. That was the tagline. Up, up, and away. May the 4th be with you. That was a while ago. A couple days ago. A few days. When am I putting this up? It doesn't matter. Peace out. And may the Force be with you. Star Wars. Best movie of all time. No discussion.